Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Okay, so we needed milk, and I thought we would be okay, and I was wrong, so I needed to go get milk this early morning with the little one because she wants milk. Funny thing is, I thought the drive-through Altadena store would have been open by now, so I didn't care about going to my PJs. Turns out they're closed, not till like 10 or something. So then, decided to go to the supermarket gas station and think, hey, it's the supermarket gas station. They should have milk here. Once again, no. Still in my PJs. So then, ended up having to just go straight to Vaughn's. Tons of people there. EGR in her PJs. Me in my PJs. And they're the short ones, too. They're not the pant ones. What a way to start a morning, huh? Alright, so I'm going to take advantage that we came to get Nick's haircut, but the baby fell asleep in the back, so I stayed in the car to be our mom. But like I said, I'm going to take advantage of just explaining why it's so important for me to vote, at least. I mean, I'm not here to convince you to do it. If you want to do it, great. If you don't, understood. That it's everybody's right to do it, but not everybody's going to use it. Now, a little backstory on where the Rosa came from, my family. My parents are from El Salvador, and they immigrated to America during the wars in El Salvador. So in the late 70s, start of the 80s, my dad came over from El Salvador to America. Then a few months later, my mom and my older sister came over. They ended up, yes, staying illegally. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Their visas expired, and they actually had already bought a house here in America, had myself and my little sister. Me and my sister were both born in America, so we were already American citizens, but had already bought their house, had a business. They used to run a lunch truck for 20 some years, so that's how they raised us. Everything was ready, and then they got papers served that they were going to be deported. So luckily, within the time they were in that, they ended up getting asylum. My dad was held captive during the wars, and pretty much was scared to go back to El Salvador for the fear of being killed, basically. Sorry, there's a guy walking and talking really loud. Anyways, so my parents stayed. They got to stay. They got to keep their home. They paid their taxes, did what they needed to do as Americans. You know, very thankful for the country, what they were able to get here. Both my parents worked really hard their whole lives. They were workers. They were not people to ask for handouts or things like that. So I remember in high school, my parents both were able to get their citizenship, and it was just such a big deal. And I remember ditching school, I want to say my junior year, on 420, because everybody thought I was out just smoking weed. And the truth was, I was at the convention center watching my dad get his certificate, stating that he was an American citizen. He was being sworn in. And that was such an amazing feeling, to see somebody that's worked really hard his whole life and gave so much of himself, be so excited and so proud to be America. Now, politics are politics, and you have different people with different issues, right? But to me, what hit hard was, of course, with Trump talking about the immigrants and how we are all rapists and drug dealers and stuff like that. My dad, my mom, two of the most hardworking people I've ever met, two of the most selfless people, and two of the people that never gave up. And they are why America is great. As much as other people I've met and their families had similar stories when they've come here, they're the reason why America is great. It's not about making America great again. America is great. So I am voting today to make sure I get my voice out. Now, secondly, I have a little girl now. And not saying that I was like this crazy pig of a guy before, but I'm not gonna put a crazy pig of a guy in office. It's just not gonna happen. So again, everybody do what you need to do. But for me, this is why it's so important to vote. Since I was 18, I've never missed an election. I think there was one like general or primary election I missed, and that was due to travel or something. And I think I mailed it in. I think what I keep thinking was that I just didn't do it, but I think I mailed in. But I used to always go to the polls. So last night, here's a here's a picture of me and Nick sitting on the bed voting, looking at what was going on, everything, and we're going to drop off our ballots so we're done here. So with that, that's my reason I'm voting. I'm all about doing my American duty. I do jury duty, I vote, I do all that. So, but it is very important to me, and that's the reason why I'm doing it, because it honors my parents and their hard work for what they've done. At the same time, it gets my voice heard for what I need to do. Now I know that everybody's going to talk about, oh, but the electoral system and blah, 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 whatever. The point is, I feel right for doing it, and thank you for everybody who fights for us to be able to do that. So I still pledge to the flag. I still love America, under God, and all that stuff. So guys, get out there, vote. Just get your voice put out there. It's totally worth it. I truly think it is. So that's it. We'll go from there. That's my little rant. Thanks. Just gonna hit a quick little walk with the baby while we wait for Mama to finish her haircut. So, love this city. We used to live in Pasadena a few years back, and just always coming here, it makes me feel good. Oh. Uh-oh. It's okay. Here you go. It's okay, baby. So we came to eat, and apparently I found the holy grail of all the cars. I guess this is the dealership parking. So you got Jags, you got that G-Wagon. Awesome. Love this So while we're here in Pasadena, we decided to have lunch with the kids at, oh, food is love. Le Grand Orange in Pasadena is one of our favorite spots ever. Check out this kids menu. Isn't that like super cute? So anyways, just gonna eat and go from there. Oh, and vote. Kids meals came out super quick. Chicken tacos, mac and cheese. This has to be one of my favorite. It's a tuna burger on an English muffin with kale salad. So good. I guess turns out Arden is Batman because he lays out his uniform. Hi everybody! Dropping off our ballots before we head on to soccer practice. So voted. Got home, got some Mexican food, eating, watching the election coverage. I am very nervous, and I'm going to leave it there. You guys have been awesome. Don't ever change. Good luck tonight.
No.
This might be
It
the end of
should
the world.
change. Stupid. Not you, the people are stupid.
The Gary Johnson and Jill Stein vote is what made a difference. I'm not just talking about
Good night.
Utah, which is a very interesting.
Presidential nominee
What?
Mike Pence. Reminder: a concession does not equal